you're doing well. Um, I'm Violeta, and I am not in the demo scene. This is my first time in this type of event, and I'll be doing a brief showcase of what I do with FoxDot, which is a library and maybe a programming language itself for live coding music. So you can see, okay, you can see here. Probably some of you may already know Super Colli- oh, Super Collider. I'll be running this here. Um, so FoxDot works with Super Collider. It, it's basically a sequencer that will send messages to Super Collider and use presets like synth defs, which are the synthesizer objects inside Super Collider, which is itself a language and an development environment for also live coding music, but it's kind of more low level logically, so you have to type more in order to get basic stuff going on. So FoxDot is super simple, and that's why I use it on stage usually. I run here in Super Collider, so it's listening to messages from FoxDot, and then here in Pulsar, I I don't have to use Pulsar, and probably if you use FoxDot, you'll be able to use FoxDot's own development environment, which is just a simple editor. But I prefer to use Pulsar, and I'll show you why. So in Pulsar, I'll start FoxDot. So can you, yeah, you can see here FoxDot has started, and I'll create a new file, and I'll save it as anything.py because FoxDot is Python, so it's basically a Python library. And then we can start with a simple synth which will play a basic, like a simple note which will be repeating according to the FoxDot's clock. So for example, I can make a B0 and assign to it a bass, which is a synth def, preset synth def. That means it's an instrument that's already saved on the FoxDot's Super Collider library. And then I'll give it like a note, which may be 0. Later I will show you how to change the bass note. Right now it's a C. Can you hear it? Okay. So I press Control Enter to run it, and Control period to stop. So if I want to, I can give it like other notes and make an arpeggio. By default, it's in the major scale. So if I do 0 to 4, it's basically the first, third, and fifth note, and then we have an arpeggio. This is C major. So we can. I'll stop this. Okay. We can make variables which will add to those nodes. For example, I can create a root, oops, and assign a variable to it. This is a time variable. It means it changes the value according to its own time duration value that I will assign to it. So I can make it 0, 3, 4, which is the first, fourth, and fifth degrees in the scale, and then I'll assign to it a duration of, let's say, 4. And here I can make it a P. I'll explain why I write this P right now, and then I can add it to the root. I'll run the root first, then I run this. So 0, 3, 4. This is all getting added to the base, as you can see here. Oops. So if I show you this P, I think this should work, but if it doesn't, forgive me. Plus root. Okay, this does not work. I don't know why, but basically what this is doing is it's adding the values of root every time to the nates inside the base the base node list, which I'm assigning here. Everything in FoxDot that is inside these brackets, these not curly ones, is a list, and it will be sequentially accessed. So, but I can give it these ones, and we'll play a chord. So, okay, this is the basics of. Let me. Oh. Okay. This is it. So it's Python, so you can't indent it like any way you want. You have to stick to the right indentation. So the players have some attributes like amplify and let's see, LPF, which is a low pass filter, and I can give it like a random value here. And it's filtering the sound of the bass. And this is for the synth devs, which are the synthesizers that are preset inside the FoxDot library. But also FoxDot works with samples. And then I'll show you here with P0, I'll assign to it a player, a player that is an instrument, sorry. P0 and B0 are players. And I'll assign to P0 an instrument that is called play, and it works differently because it takes a string instead of lists of notes, and everything I put here is assigned to a sample inside the samples folder. So I can play with this, and it also takes duration, which is a global attribute. So if I put it, and by default it starts with a half, and then we can get some music going on. Okay, this is the start of it. So we got some attributes that we can check out here. Oops. So these are attributes that are okay. These are some attributes that you can use to. I think these ones that show up here are available to any player, to any instrument. So I can use, for example, room. Where is it? Oct. Okay. So oct is an octave. So I lowered too much so you can hear it, but and this can also take a list. As well as the duration. Which in the case of this instrument and all other instruments but the play, it starts with a 1. So it's going on 1, but I can assign it 2. a list as well. Oops. Okay, sorry. So now it's playing 2. It's playing this with the duration of 2 and then 1 and then 1 again. Okay. So FoxDot of course it's open source. Oops. It's open source and it's available on its own website, but it's kind of discontinued somehow. So if you click like learn documentations, you can find anything. But it's available on other places, other website, and specifically this branch of FoxDot, which is speech glitch, which is being developed still, is particularly interesting, and I'm using this, but FoxDot works fine if you go on GitHub and find FoxDot. This works, but it's also more limited, and this has a lot more synth devs. So the basic synth devs here are they don't show here, but this is super like bigger than the original FoxDot synth dev library. So that's why I use it. And also the pitch glitch branch adds a few functionalities that are interesting. So, for example, I can get the effect. Oh, I didn't show you the effects. This is nice. So we got effects, and we got also extra attributes for specific instruments. Oops. Okay, so name of synth is wrong. So bass. Okay, this doesn't work. I don't know why, but let's just move on to the effects. Okay, so for example, let me play this. Okay. The every function is super useful because it allows. Let me just tune this down. Okay, so the every functions allows us to use these effects in according to a time that we can give here. So every 4 it will play amen. I don't know if the order is right, but okay, so wait. 4 amen. So this is amen, which is just like a kind of a variation of what's being played. Like it's called amen because of the amen break, which I don't know if you know what it is, but it's a famous break somehow. And then we can like also, I don't know, play with other samples. So for example, so this is what I've been doing, like on stage. I do this, and then I change and then I duplicate a lot of lines and give it different letters, and then I don't know. Then you can also add it to the value that's being played by another player. So here in J0 I'm adding to B0, and let's see, I don't know what will happen. Oh, what's wrong? Cannot operate on. No. So you have to do this. Oops. So the duration is the same, so it's not so nice. But if I do like this, And also we can add some other attributes. Um, so um, these samples are super nice, but you can also add your own samples. If you come to the folders of FoxDot, you find the sound folder, which has originally just the sounds shown here. It's like the characters are folders, and they have sound files in the lower and upper folders. So if I play lower A, it will play one of these samples, starting from the 0, and then to change it, I can give this a value called sample. Wait, here sample, and I can change it to 2. So maybe you feel the difference. So it's playing this one. So it was playing this one, then now it's playing this one. Not this one, because it's not, there's no A here, but you get it. And in the pitch glitch branch, we have also a super interesting addition, that is the sample database. Um, so these here are simple databases. So the 0 is the default one, and the 1 and 2 are customized by me. They have like a few of the normal ones, and they have a few special samples that I like. And so you can, using the pitch glitch branch, you can, for example, do, let's say I have this, and then okay, this can obviously be a list. As I said, any attribute can receive a list. And then I can change the database to my database, which is the one here. And let's see. Okay, you get the idea. um, let's see. Also, there are some special pattern functions. Okay, so I didn't explain the P. The P is basically what's called a pattern. It allows us to make mathematical operations with these lists. And as well as just the P, we have some other ones. For example, the P P duration. So when I do this, it implements Euclidean rhythms. I don't know how to explain what that is, but it's different than normal rhythms. And let's see if this works. So if I say 2 or 3, 1, okay. Wait, no, this is not this. So as you can see, I'm not a very fast typer, but I promise I do it on stage, and it's super fun. So this is the normal, and this is the Peter. So basically, what it does is it plays the notes 3 times in one time, kind of like this, but not exactly. Is a bit more complex, I think. Anyways, you can get super interesting rhythms with this. And yeah, I think I'll stick to this right now. I may like show you a bit of what I have here, or maybe do some from scratch. But yeah, usually I play from scratch, but I also get some stuff that I've saved here, and but it's super interesting to do from scratch because people are always interested in seeing what you're doing, and it makes more sense on stage when you're presenting, for me at least. But I also always cheat and get some other stuff. Also, I may show you. Okay, I'll show you a bit of Hydra, which I don't know if you know. It's another programming language for live coding. Oops, it's another programming language for live coding like this, in the sense that we press Control Enter and it's just playing there, and you write it again and press Control Enter again. Let me start it here. So I said I was gonna explain why I use Pulsar. Pulsar is like a development of Atom, which was discontinued, and it can support some of the plugins or add-ons or yeah that were used on Atom, and some of those are for live coding. So for example, I pressed Control Alt O, and then I've started Hydra here. And Hydra is based on analog synthesizers, so analog video synthesizers. So they have like, so it has like oscillator, which you may identify. So this means this is basically an oscillator that is in which the R, G, and B channels are synced, but we can give it like some values here. Um, Wait, oops, not here. So, oops, super fast. And then we can unsync the RGB channels. And then we have some colorful stuff. And we can also use effects on this, like Kaleid, which will make it kaleidoscope. And blend it with blend modes such as diff. I don't know if you know this, but I'll assume you can find it on the web. So diff, and then we can like make another source, which can be noise or OSC or Voronoi, which are common sources, like generative sources for video. And so we get some weird stuff going on. We can uh, we can start this S0 as a source that takes the screen, and for example give it here, instead of this noise, source S0, and now we have a cool feedback. And this is also super good for coding on stage, and I've been doing this with some friends as well and alone here in Lisbon, and we got these parties called algorithms, where we'll only play stuff from this type of language. There is tidal cycles, which is another language like FoxDot, which allows you to sequence basically, um, and also there are some generative functions um, for for sequencing, SuperCollider, synth devs, and making music live on stage. Okay, let me see if I done it all, because this is super confusing. mm, okay, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what's going on. This is supposed to be okay. I don't know what happened here. Okay, okay. So I won't show Hydra's functions and stuff, but you can find them here. Hydra.ojak.xyz. It's it's basically it's JavaScript, so it runs on web. It's incredible, and it has also a pretty nice community. FoxDot is more like underground because it was kind of discontinued, but it still has like a Telegram group and Discord and stuff. And this website is actually pretty cool. You can find random codes for this, and also randomized variables. Um, and you can see Hydra's functions and Hydra functions, which is a page for this. Super cool. Uh, how do you say? Interactive page. You can change things here. Oops. And also in Hydra book, but it's not exactly updated. But yeah, um, I guess that's it. I can maybe just play a bit here. Oh, do you have any questions about FoxDot or Hydra? Well, if you have any questions, I'm almost over. I think I would just play a bit and give you like a short taste oops of what I've been doing live. But if you have questions, please interrupt. What can I do here? Render O2. Why is it not working? Okay. Oops. Oh, I didn't teach you this. Okay, so you can also assign linear variables, which will basically continuously go through a list of values that you give. So I can start with like 222 and go to 2222 in, let's say, 8 beats, and this will vary linearly, so it will be like a straight line, but it can also be let me do this faster so you can hear it. So it can also be a sin var, which will be a sine wave. It'll vary like a bit differently, and also can be an exp var, which would be exponentially varying. Anyways, yeah. So these values that are assigned here, since I'm using the same name of a variable of a player, they kind of take the old values that were assigned. So for example, I put here amplify 0 point whatever, so now it's being amplified 0 point whatever, but I can restart each player by putting this, I don't know what this is called, this is a till or whatever, and then every time I play it will reassign every value. Also, I did not explain why the names are like O0, P0, P1, but it's basically just by default every name with a lowercase letter and a number will already be assigned as a player, so it's just like easier, but I can give it any name I want and just it will work as well. So this is how you change the BPM. I forgot that. Also the scale and the root. Scale, the default can be mixolydian. It's not like this, it's like this. Yeah, okay. So it's weird. Let's see. Okay, I can't remember how to check out the route, but okay, we'll leave it on C. Afterwards, you can find it on the web. Actually, I don't have much time, so maybe I'll just play some stuff I had here. So you just check out like what happens. Uh, I'll play stuff that I made on stage, and you just see how it goes. Let's see. I don't know. Okay. Okay, you see, we can break it easily, but not that easily. um, but it was still working. You saw that, right? I can find the ones that I really like, so I'll just play random ones. That's it. Thank you.